Greetings and salutations. Today we're going to do a run-through review of Stormbound with my Romulan character.
The Tox Ulthot has fallen into the hands of the Tholians. Our intelligence indicates increased Tholian activity in the Nakul system. Caldano believes they're trying to interfere with the Nakul because of actions they will take in the future. Caldano has asked you to rendezvous with him in the Nakul system.
Okay, I accept that. And no weekly reward yet. This looks like it's the first time I'm doing it on this toon. Lots of rewards I could choose from though. Accept. We need to transwarp there. Alright, now I've gone down to the computer shop and bought a new graphics card. It's not a super high-end expensive gamer's card because I couldn't afford it yet. I bought an AMD R7 240 with 2 gigabytes of memory. And I just did the Windows 7, performance benchmarks, and it's actually getting much higher error and 3D score. Basically, it's the second fastest card I own now, and it's only getting 1 point less. It gets 6.8 on the error and the 3D, and my last NVIDIA GTX, which is 5 years old, was getting 7.8, so only 1 higher. This has got 2 gig memory though, so I actually think it should run better with all the things that Star Trek shows on screen. I found out the more stuff the card has to do, the more memory it needs, basically, especially at higher resolution. So anyway, the game itself has reset to the defaults here. It's told me it reset to defaults, which is pretty high spec. So let's give it a go and see if it runs smoothly. This is kind of a test. I might have to turn the graphics down midway through if I find that I'm losing frames. Let's hope I don't need to do that, since anyway, it did cost me $80 Australian. Computer parts have all gone up by 30 to 40% over the past 2 years.
Good to see you again. Thank you for responding to my message so quickly. The Tholians have the quantum phase inhibitor. I've tracked their ship to the system, and I'm detecting some telltale quantum fluctuations within the star. They're trying to use the device. We need to stop them and recover the device. First, however, we need to help the Nakul. At this point in their history, they're not prepared to repel a Tholian attack.
Okay, agreed. Set a course for lead Tholian vessel. On screen.
Unidentified vessel. You have entered our space without authorization. If you are an ally of the Tholians, leave now. We have done nothing to provoke their attacks, but we will defend ourselves.
Okay, we'll render any assistance we can. What do you need?
Thank you. My people have few warships. Any assistance you could provide against the Tholians would be appreciated.
Consider it done. What space set am I using on this? Oh, I've got the Iconian space set, the full Iconian space set. Never used it. Ooh, that's cool.
We appreciate your assistance. It is not often that we encounter a species willing to risk their lives for another. We are still detecting Tholian ships near our star, as well as some unusual quantum fluctuations. It's as if the star's nuclear fusion is decaying at an increased rate.
Okay. Yes, they stole a device from us that interferes with fusion processing in the sun.
So this is It's your fault. Why would you make such a terrible thing? You caused this problem. I expect you to fix it, or we will hold you and your people responsible for the consequences.
Cal Deno created the device in the future. The Tholians stole it from him. We're just trying to set things right.
I never should have made that device. I was only focused on the idea, on whether it was possible. I didn't stop to think of all the harm it could do in the wrong hands. We have to stop the Tholians before they shut down the star's fusion. If that happens, the effect on this system will be devastating. The Nakul will lose their home, and life will probably never develop here again.
Helm laying a course for the star, full impulse. Engage. Doesn't the Iconian shield effect on the ship look really cool?
The lead Tholian ship has the quantum phase inhibitor. They're going to use it on the star. We have to stop them. Board that vessel and get it back.
Okay, continue.
Target shields have failed. Cursed Borgons. They had to chase me. None of this would happen. They might have traced me this time. We will have to go further into the past to hide the quantum phase inhibitor. Ship is under attack. Assuming, of course, that we can get it back from them in the first place. Target shield.
This graphics card I bought, the reason I decided to get it was that the one I had before was not supported by the new Crimson, AMD Crimson drivers, which actually I really like the interface, and it's got these like easy way to put it onto like high performance gaming or power saving. You sort of choose between it. Yeah, you basically have to have like an R7 minimum for that to be supported, or the R series graphics, actually any of them, because it works on my laptop. It's got like R2 graphics or something. It just doesn't support the old HD, whatever number HD AMD graphics. And I kind of always felt like the problem with AMD and Star Trek Online was just the AMD drivers, the old Catalyst drivers weren't very good. Anyway, I'm amazed. So far I'm not seeing low frames or anything. Like, this is on high graphics mode. Okay, it's only 3/4 to maximum, but it's running pretty good. Oh no, they're using the Toxu-Tat. I'm not seeing any jittering or anything yet, which I was getting with all my other cards and on my laptop, which has an APU but is only an E2 CPU. Anyway, thanks to the people who sent me suggestions on what to do to try to fix the graphics settings to run better, but yeah. Doesn't look like I need to do that now. Right? Who's that guy on it? Alright, let's see back up. There you go, done. Launch shuttle next. When the red alert ends. Okay, signal Caldeno to join the shuttle bay and prepare for launching the shuttle. That seems okay with me. This obviously isn't one of my highest tunes, so you have to forgive him for being a little bit weak on the DPS and stuff. He hasn't got many specialization points yet. Understood, we're ready.
The Tholians come from an environment that is extremely hazardous to most humanoids. You and your team will need environmental suits to survive.
Okay. So at least I've got one there. What about the others? Do I have it on any of them? Oh, hurry up. No. Can't get it if it's in the bank or somewhere. Probably isn't. Okay, understood. Thanks for the reminder. I can put my one on. And give the array team some shitty ones. Oh no, I hope my inventory doesn't fill up while I'm playing. Just get rid of some stuff quickly. Don't need that. Two more things. Sorry about that, should have done that earlier. Alright, here we go. Make sure I hit my triple first. Okay.
Tholians, just as xenophobic and opportunistic in your time as mine.
So far, it's looking amazing. Feels like I'm playing a GTX card. I'm pretty happy with the graphics performance so far. It's the best $80 I've spent in ages. It's doing as well as my old $500 video card. Just didn't want to go spend $500 or... Oh, the biggest problem was that the next one up from the $80 card for both AMD and Nvidia went from $80 to $150. That's twice as much practically, or $160 depending on which brand. So I just thought, what? Oh no, I don't want to spend $150.
We have to be getting closer to the toxic dot. Stay alert.
Maybe in like a year or something, Anyway, I've got several computers that I like playing Star Trek on. So it's always good just to have a better card and, benchmark the different cards you've got, give away the old slow ones to family and friends and keep the best ones for yourself. I'm still going to building an AMD APU gaming system, and this R7 240 apparently is compatible with those, so it'll give you even better graphics by utilizing all GPU cores on both the APU and the card. But anyway, so it's just a thought, and that could be a separate system to this one, and then I might get a more expensive card for this.
The bridge should be just ahead.
We are kind of not obviously making any money from making these YouTube videos yet, so if that ever changes in the future, then any money I've might make on this channel would be reinvested into more high-end gaming hardware, obviously. It's kind of the whole point in doing it, isn't it? So yeah. Looks like it's a big boss. Got him. There's something over here I had to do. Talk to Caldano first.
Now we just need to drop that force field, get the quantum phase inhibitor, and get off this ship before the rest of the Tholians get here to stop us.
Actually, I think that should be set to 30. There was something. Oh, here, yeah, I could tell the resolution scale was low. I like that to be on 100%. Okay, that's better. I knew there was something making it look a little bit pixely. Okay, drop the fields, get the quantum phase inhibitor, got it. Lower force field. Let's see if changing the resolution scale makes much difference to the frame rate.
Finally, we have the quantum phase inhibitor. I brought this device through time to hide it from the Borgons, but I never thought the Tholians would steal it. Now we need to hide it where it will be safe from both of them. Are you ready? This will be a longer trip than you're used to taking.
Yep, beam us up. Let's get to the ship.
Set a course for the Ryza system.
That animation wasn't showing my Iconian shields. Weird. Set a course for the Ryza system. Yeah, there's some missing dialogue there. And voiceover, you know. Yeah, I've been busy lately, so I haven't had a lot of time to play Star Trek Online and make videos. Sorry about the shortage of new videos lately. Try to make up for that in the next week or two, hopefully.
Ryza, early 22nd century. Even the tourists won't be in this region for a few years yet. No one will be looking for the quantum phase inhibitor here. Not now, anyway. Let's try that cave up ahead. It looks like a good spot.
Acknowledged.
Wow, rain on Ryza? I guess they haven't installed the weather control systems yet. We have to hide the device very well. I can't afford to let it fall into the wrong hands again. And the Vorgons are very persistent. No, that's too obvious. Anyone could find it there. That's better, but I still think it would be too easy to find. That's it. Someone will find it in a few hundred years, but that's a different story for a different captain. Let's get back to your time. We need to check on the Nakul.
Affirmative. Beam me up, Scotty. And suddenly somewhere else when we beam up.
Setting course for 2410.
Cool.
We need to get back to the Nakul.
With those new Crimson drivers, I did notice my laptop's gaming performance was improved. So that's why I was like, oh, I think I want to buy another AMD graphics card. Anyway, on screen.
Return the Tox tab, and we will let you live.
We'll no longer have the device. We've hidden it where you'll never find it. wish I had the pilot specialization for rock and roll, but it doesn't look like I've got that. Almost there.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target shields have failed. Target shields have failed.
Mayday, mayday, the temporal drive has been damaged. I think Aldana was supposed to say that, and I was listening to dialogue.
This is Captain Walker of the USS Postock.
Do you require assistance? Seems to not have said. I'm in the wrong direction.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target shields have failed.
Yeah, that looks better. Fine details.
What happened to our son? What did you do?
We were unable to stop the Tholians, but we were able to retrieve the Tuxedout and hide it where nobody can find it.
I'm sure that will be a great comfort to our citizens as they freeze to death.
We'll do whatever we can to assist you.
You have done quite enough. Leave us alone. Time travelers and malcontents and Tholians. The whole lot of you can fall into a black hole. Now go. We have to figure out how to save our people. And then we'll take steps to protect ourselves. Time is a weapon, and it will never be turned against us again.
Let us know if you change your mind. We want to help.
This is Captain Benjamin Walker of the USS Postock. I'm responding to an emergency temporal transmission from these space-time coordinates, but we are no longer detecting the source of these transmissions. Did you lose a time traveler?
Yeah, Caldena's ship was damaged and fell through a temporal portal.
I think you better come aboard while we resolve this. Prepare for transport.
Okay, beam me up. Loading the Postock. Does this look familiar to you? Actually, first saw it on Voyager, this ship. I think.
Greetings. It's nice to see you again.
Okay, again, we've never met.
Not that you remember. We need to scan the continuum for Caldano. Would you care to assist me?
Of course. Scanning continuum. I'm scanning the continuum. Hello.
Were you able to locate Caldano?
His ship is in the 22nd century, but these readings are strange.
Enter the temporal coordinates into the transporter.
Acknowledged. Activating transporter. Transporting Caldano from the 22nd century through time and space. Oh, look, there he is. Oh no, what's happened to him? He looks all beat up. Scanning. No life signs. That's not good. Hey, Captain Walker.
What happened with Caldano?
He's dead, Jim, and he looks like he's been dead for centuries.
No, this was meant to happen. Caldano went further back into the past than you knew. The NX-01 Enterprise, captained by Jonathan Archer, found his ship in the 22nd century and his chief engineer activated Caldano's emergency temporal circuit, which returned the ship to its last known time, this one. But by the time that happened, Caldano had been dead for centuries. The Tox Uthant is safe. It was found in the mid-24th century by Captain Jean-Luc Picard, who destroyed it before it could be used to harm others.
Okay. And then Nakul, is there anything we can do for them?
Altering the past causes ripples. The effects move through time, shifting everything they touch, and it may take eons for all of them to be seen. The Nakul will survive, although their homeworld will be lost. They will become time travelers themselves, and their actions in the temporal Cold War shape the galaxy you now know. There are some things you shouldn't change, that you can't change.
The temporal Cold War?
You could check Captain Archer's old logs for more information, but you will know all about it soon enough. You are entering a dangerous era in history. Time travel like warp drive before it will radically change your society. I'll see you again. We have a lot to do.
Okay, very well, Captain, and thank you. Alright, beam me up. Looks like the mission is over already. It's a nice short mission. It's very epic, you know, ties in with Star Trek Enterprise and Star Trek The Next Generation episodes. And even a bit of things that we've seen from Voyager. Alright, so let's contact command. Hail New Romulus.
This is a sad day for the Federation. We failed to save the Nakul system, and our friend from the future, Caldano, is dead. I know you did everything you could. Sometimes, especially when we venture into time travel, things must play out a certain way. So at least the timeline has been preserved. Captain Picard can now find the Tox Ulthot on Risa in the 24th century. Still, let us mourn for Caldano and the Nakul people.
Yeah. Alright, thanks, Admiral Carrick. And I'll take the first piece of the space set that I haven't yet got for this tune. Collecting reward now. Oh, look, promotion. Haven't even gone there to get my promotion properly. Oh well. Oh, yeah, I need to do that. The bank stuff. Thanks for ever hailed that. Anyway, thanks for watching this video from the Team of Borg show. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you know, you're as happy as I am about my main computer now having a more modern graphics card that runs better for me and also at the same time doesn't waste too much power. It doesn't require those extra giant power cords going to it. Isn't a giant brick, but yet it plays just as good as that giant brick that used heaps of power that I used to have. Anyway, and I'm an AMD fanboy, so it was a bit disappointing to see that Star Trek Online has written on their website that it's designed for Intel and Nvidia. I was like, no thanks. I'm not going to, you know, switch to the evil side just because you want me to. Anyway, please thumbs up my video, share it with your friends, make sure you subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Alright, stay tuned for the next one. See you later.